Marie, do you want to introduce her and do
I just kind of want to set the platform for the call tonight. Just want to thank everybody who's on and welcome to Consultant Mastery 101, where we meet this time every single Sunday. It's for new consultant training, whether you're new or not, or need to be renewed. This is a place where we meet every Sunday, so feel free to join us every Sunday, and to if you have new consultants or consultants who would be interested, we'd be more than happy to have them. We do have a Facebook group as well too that you can log into, Consultant Mastery 101. Tonight we're going to be talking to Miss Jennifer Lenzen, and I will let her introduce herself and give you kind of like her little Jaffa story. And the reason I asked her to share with us tonight is because she has had successful online sales consistently, 1,000 or more a month, which is really exciting. I can't wait to hear her tips and secrets on that as well too. Especially, you know, now I think it's such a great thing that Jaffa gives us all a free website, which is awesome. And I mean, I've been doing Jaffa for 20 years and I've had a website, not always free, but which is awesome. And now when I'm talking to people, it's a great perk and people are like, wow, your website's free. And then they ask me, so how can I utilize, how do I maximize that part of my business? And sometimes I'm like, just tell people you got a website, you know? So, which is the start, I'm sure, because you do have to market your own website as well too. So Jennifer's here kind of to elaborate on that, and then also to let us know how she does that. How does she get those sales? How did she drive people to her website? Because it's a great perk to have. Jaffa is, as far as I know, the only direct selling company that gives their consultants a free website. And I know people who have a business and have had to start up their own websites. And it costs thousands of dollars for somebody to develop and design a website for you. So this is a really cool perk. So if you're not using your website or want to learn how to maximize that, this is a great place to be tonight, because that's your business. That's doing business without having to do anything. It's really pretty cool. I think when you get up in the morning and you see that you have had business on your website, which is pretty awesome. And now Jaffa, correct me if I'm wrong, Lori, direct deposits your commissions from that website directly into your direct deposit account. So FYI, if you don't have one set up with Jaffa, really something that you want to get do that ASAP, so that way you can maximize your benefits. It's like getting a paycheck twice a week, especially if you're making the kind of money Jennifer is on her website. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can do the Jaffa debit card, which you can find under Jaffa Biz My Business. There's just a super easy, it takes just like 5 minutes. You fill it out, hit go, and they send you a card. There's no credit check required or anything, and it just sets up a card for you, and that they direct deposit it there. It's a Visa or a MasterCard, I think. MasterCard that you can use anywhere. You can use it to pay for Jaffa orders, or you can use it to pay for groceries. It's totally up to you. Or you can have direct deposit into a current business account or personal account that you want to have the money go to from Jaffa. So either way works. And yep, that's how you get your money from your website.
So without any further ado, Jennifer, if you could just kind of give us your Jaffa, well, tell us about yourself. You know, I know you're a mom and have kids, because I think a lot of the people on the call and the new consultants are moms and young moms too. So this is a way that they really want to tap into their Jaffa business by being able to stay at home and be with their kids, but at the same time have a really lucrative Jaffa business online. I know it's very appealing to many, many, many people. But kind of tell us about yourself, because you're kind of, like I said, paralleling with a lot of the people, and then your Jaffa story. And then I know you were honored with the great sales and Jaffa royalty on your website. So if you could just give us some tips and tricks and how that, and then we'll kind of open it up for questions for anybody who has questions. All right. So I want to thank you first for taking the time to be with us. We connected and finally got connected again. So awesome. But that's cool. It's all about timing. This is perfect timing. So especially now that the qualifications have been extended a little bit. So this may be something that somebody really wants. So take it away, Miss Jennifer.
Okay. Well, thank you for asking me. I felt like very flattered. So thank you. So yeah, Marisa, I have kids. I'm a mom. I've been married for 18 years. I, Steve and I have been together for probably 22 of those 18 years. So we've been together a long time, and he's very supportive of my Jafra business, which is amazing. Because when we decided to have kids, and we have four, that it was important for me to stay home and raise them. And hence why Jafra is part of our lives in another form. But my kids are 16. I have three daughters and a son, 16, 13. I'm trying to remember. That's awful. And an 11 and a half year old. So all three daughters. And then we have the surprise 2-year-old, well, 2.5-year-old Michael, who is a lot of work. So he's making my Jafra really work itself. Getting that skincare going is, those boys can drive you a little crazy. So, but like I said, it was really important for Steve and I to just have core family, me stay home. And Jafra has always been part of my life. Jafra's the only skincare I've ever used. I've never used anything else. My mom started when I was 3, and I'm 41 now. So it really, like, true almost Jafra baby, like that is me. It's the only thing I've ever used. So when I became a stay-at-home mom with my oldest, I decided that I needed to get out. I kind of just missed the social interaction and stuff. So I really wanted to just be around ladies, more or less anything. And I always saw my mom having parties and going places and the meetings, and it just looked appealing. So I started, and I've been with them 14 and a half years. My oldest was just a little over 2 when I started. So it really gave me at the time, a moment to get out and step out of the house and be around other women and share an awesome product, and something that I believed in, because I'm not somebody to share something that would never really believe in what we have to offer. So we have an awesome product and company, and I just really enjoyed doing that. And as time went on, I started making more and more money. And at one point I became a manager. I had like 24 people under me. I signed up a ton of people, and it was great, but it kind of became very stressful. And also because I was adding more kids into my family, and then just some of my team just didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm not somebody to be pushy, and I'm not their boss, which is the glory of Jafra. We're our own bosses, but I can't make somebody drink the water, right? So I just kind of let my team go. And it was actually kind of refreshing, because there was just a lot of family stuff going on that I had to sit back and just concentrate on that and just be a consultant, which I was happy with. And so it's been great. And when I've needed Jafra to be hot, it has been hot, and I work it, and it's literally, I'm on fire. I'm going not 24/7, but every day I'm talking to people. I'm doing facials or makeovers or parties. I've done weddings because of being part of Jafra. They love the product so much. They want me to do their makeup. So it's been really great. And when I've needed it to be on my back burner, it has, because at the time I had 3 kids under 5, and that was a lot. And, I think all of us moms can understand that. So I would just do a little bit here and there, and that was it. And that was okay. And so as my girls have gotten older, I just started to get more and more involved. And over the last, I guess maybe year, I kind of intentionally was like, maybe I should be a manager again, but I'm only going to do this if I have good intentions and I get people with good intentions, and because I don't want to micromanage anybody. So it's just not my nature. First off, I'm very authentic and real. I want to be your partner and work together and help somebody grow. And in turn, I'm growing, which is great, but I don't want to micromanage somebody and be like, well, why aren't you doing this? And that's just not me. So I became a manager back in December again. Two of our my girls as dance instructors joined Jafra. They love the product. They joined. One of them, her best friend, joined, and I still had people under me, so I kind of revisited it, and so it's been going okay. It's not been great. It's kind of been a struggle again. I have some millennials that is kind of been hard to deal with, but I just take it with a grain of salt, and I also just focus kind of really on my personal business and how I can be the best consultant for my client that I can be, and manage that on top of my very busy schedule. So I think Marie asked me like a month ago if I could come on and talk, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't have a free Sunday till June." So that's just the life, right? I mean, that happens. So I really just try to find ways to fit Jafra into my life that is convenient. My girls, two of my girls are big dancers, tumblers, and we're a big part of our gym. And I've been doing tables at our gym. Two of the girls, the instructors, we all went in on an advertisement, and you get 2 tables a month, and we split the cost, and we kind of split the time of the tables and just display Jafra. So, and talk to people. And since then, I mean, this is probably why my growth, and I think that was in April, my $1,000, I think that's right, happened, is that I just really was promoting our Royal Jelly auto ship. That is key for me. That's actually my main focus within my business. But I love makeup and I love spa, and my girls love all that too, and my clients do, but I really love the whole concept of the Stay Royal program. The product obviously is amazing because Royal Jelly is the best, and why should we just not give everybody the best? So I really focus on that. And it's kind of been a little hard with the new system just because of tracking things has been hard. So I've been really doing my homework in my own paperwork of making sure I'm on top of it, because there's been some glitches. So it's kind of being like, do your due diligence in that. But because that Stay Royal is an auto ship and that goes through your website, that is like a huge chunk. Probably in April, that was my biggest chunk of my personal website sales, was because of that. And it's easy. I mean, hello, like it ships to them in any kind of order really, but everything ships directly to them. It's a no-brainer. And then the plus side for us now is that commission gets put into our checking account or our debit card, Jafra debit card, or however you have that set up, which is great for me, because my husband was doing all the banking. He's like, what are all these deposits? And I was like, yes, that's my money, and go put it in our Florida fund. So it's kind of been like, I like that part. Like personally, I'm like, I want to see my money, because sometimes when it just sits in credit, I don't always manage that very well. So I'm like, ooh, free money. Who doesn't like that? But I want to use it well. So having it directly deposited from our website is like a perk in itself. That's huge. I also have probably about 5 or 6 clients that order really big. Like they do a good $200 order every couple of months. And I think a few of them ordered in April. I'm trying to remember. And that was also why I had huge success. They like it. It's easy, especially if they're not close to you, which is another benefit. Like in Colorado, I'll go so far to deliver something, or somebody will come pick it up. But if they live 30, 40 minutes away, they should just order off the website. That's a no-brainer. So saves everybody time and money. So I like that aspect. And because I have a lot of people like that in my clientele, that's how they order, is they just go through my website, which makes it just so much easier. So, but like personally, my focus has just been the Stay Royal. Like my goal a month is to get 4 new people a month. which is not a lot. That's like saying one a week. But 4 is my lowest. If I got 5 or 6 or more, hey, gravy, right? But my goal is always 4 so that I keep building and building and building. I have about 30 Stay Royal clients.
Cool.
Yeah. And my goal is to get like 50.
Cool.
So, and when you do the math on that, 99 times 50, wow. Or however many per month, that's amazing. So I was actually doing all of my paperwork to see what's coming for June. I should have a good June.
Yay.
So, yeah. I think I'll have I have 5 or 6 Stay Royal clients that will auto ship in June. And some of them I had to supplement because of the system being down. So if they joined in February, there was that craziness. And thankfully, because of some of the free programs that we've had that I got product, I just took it that way. So I've had to do a little bit of that too, which works. But that Stay Royal, I just can't stress that enough. If they offer that in some other capacity with other product, how amazing. Or another skincare line, that would be amazing just because of the benefit for everybody. But
even some body care, even in the body care, that would be amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Because it really lets you be in control of your income.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of set a goal for myself every month. Like I sit down, I put my notebook together, and I put all my goals. What are my personal goals? Like money or tables or parties or personals, anything like that. To my team. Am I helping my team? Are we hitting our goal to keep my team together? And then my Stay Royal goals are always right there. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just write those people's names in it. And I'm just really good about doing that. And I kind of do that with a few other, like my other goals. Like I always have a table at my gym. So there's one goal. I'm trying to do a few other tables because that's been actually pretty beneficial, which, at gyms, you just never know. Our gym is heavily saturated with lip scents. There's a Rodan and Fields, there's an Arbonne, but I and the lip scent gal, and she's super nice. We're probably the heaviest people in there. Like I'm always in there. So, and I'm just trying to talk, give samples, talk, follow up, all of that kind of thing.
Cool.
So yeah. And then I always just do talk about our website. Like, did you guys know you can order from our website and it comes directly to you? That's so convenient. Great way. And I kind of sometimes if they're not so familiar with them or like websites, I'll help walk it through for them. But I'll do that. Or anytime I'm posting on my personal Facebook page, not my personal, excuse me, my business one, because I know we really shouldn't be posting on our personal one, or Instagram. I don't think Instagram has the same rules about posting about your business, but I always say, like, here's my website. Go to my website. So easy. So I always talk about going to my website.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah, Instagram doesn't have those rules. They will actually, if you post a bunch about a product or opportunity or something, they'll send you a message and say, hey, do you want to upgrade to a business profile? Not because you have to, but because there's perks for that. So because you can link directly to your Facebook business page and all these other things. So I like the business profile. I think it's brilliant on Instagram, but it's not required.
Yeah.
So it's definitely different than
that's funny that you say that, because I keep seeing, hey, you should get a business page on Instagram. And I'm like, oh.
It just changes the one you have to a business profile. It doesn't, you don't have to redo it or add more.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's literally push a button, say yes, and link to your pages you want to link to, and it's simple.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to look into that. Yeah. Because I like to try to do that on Instagram, and then I'll do it on my business Facebook page. And every once in a while I'll do it on on my personal Jafra page, Facebook page, but every once in a while. So because I don't want to get shut down. So I don't
Yeah,
think
posting, you can share from a business page or Instagram anytime you want on your personal. You just can't run, they don't want you to run your whole business on your personal. That's the only
right.
rules. So, but you can share as much as you want. If you're sharing from your business page, it shows that that's where you're running your business and you're just sharing it to your personal profile. That's
Okay.
totally legal.
Oh, good.
Facebook
Okay.
legal. Jafra doesn't care either way,
Right.
but
Just
but
Facebook
Facebook
does.
is the one that has the rules. So
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I do try to make sure I always put, anytime I'm posting about whatever I'm doing, post my website.
mhm.
Always. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know I just kind of vomited all over everybody. I'm really sorry.
That was perfect. I was kind of taking some notes. And I love that. I love that the way Jafra grew and is still growing with your family, because that's so important that it becomes, a part of your family as opposed to a separate entity.
Oh yeah, my girls are like live, die, Jafra, and Michael too, for that matter, because he's always about putting on lotion and his baby cologne, and he's hilarious. But my girls are always like, "Ooh, I love the way this smells." And my oldest, who's a hockey player, she's not very girly. She's just, an athletic girl. She doesn't wear makeup at 16. She's just plain Jane. But she's like, "When are we having facials? Like, can you give me facials?" So, they all like it on some different level, which is amazing, So it's also showing my girls and helping teach them, like, it's important to just take care of yourself. And this is a good way to do it. And when you want to make money, look, I can make money. Like, Jafra pays for Christmas in my house. Like, I work my butt off all fall to pay for Christmas. That is how we pay for Christmas.
Awesome.
Like, it doesn't come out of our regular budget. It's Jafra.
That's nice.
So
it doesn't take a separate entity from your family. So like you have to go out and work at wherever you're working 9 to 5,
right.
or if you're getting a part-time job at the mall or something.
Exactly. And you know what? It's so crazy because cost of living is going up so much, especially in Colorado, for kids and lifestyle. And we're not frivolous people. But gosh, you sit there and you think, should I go get a job? And then I think to myself, this is so stupid. I would never want to work for somebody else. I like my own time. I have 4 kids. Their schedules are crazy. So no boss would be okay with that kind of schedule. And so I just need to do my job and keep focused on what my goal is.
Perfect.
Financially, or, meeting people, or the Stay Royal, or whatever that is. Then I just try to keep focused and tell myself, because I think sometimes it's natural for us to get into that space of, oh, I'm not making enough and I should probably go get another job and I should probably do this. And we have that conversation here a lot just because of living, and I'm like, that's just dumb. I need to just work Jafra. There's a 50% commission sitting there for me. Nobody else does that. So
you factor in daycare, you factor in gas, you factor in eating lunch out when you're at work, you factor all that stuff in, and you're gonna, and the amount of, like, if you take a calculator and you add, let's just say that you were lucky and you got $16 an hour after being out of work for 10 years, whatever, let's just say you got that, which would be rare. It's probably going to be minimum wage or just a little above. You take out taxes, you take out gas and all the rest of it, and you're left, and you then throw in daycare on top of that, which is so expensive now. And you're basically working for nothing. And you're gone from your kids and your business and everything else. Whereas you could do one party and make that up. It's just, it's crazy to think about, especially when you have something that's already built and is working, you have something to work with. So
I know anytime we get a little stressed out here, because it happens, I mean, we all do, my husband will be like, I should just get a job. And I just look at him, I'm like, no, that's dumb. And why don't I just refocus what I'm doing and how I can be better? Like, how can I do better? That's all I have to do. And what does that look like? And I just put a plan together with Jafra and I do it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, or it needs tweaked, or you just have to adjust sometimes, and that's fine. But I'm like, that's just silly, because Steve and I, like, if anybody knew our family real personally, they would say, like, there's probably not a tighter family. Like, we're very close. We're very family first. And if I was gone or he was getting it just changes that dynamic. And that's even harder. So on top of, you know, their crazy schedule. So, and he travels. So that doesn't work well if I had to get a job. So I always just try to focus on what I could do better.
That's
and
awesome.
what I can do better in is just always, you know, staying on top of my business, which is always a key. Like that's number one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I love the way you make it so simple. It's just talk to 4 new people a month to get them on Stay Royal, which is only 1 person a week. I mean, and that can change everything because it compounds month after month after month after month. And I know that every single person on this call can find 1 person a week.
Right.
To be a Stay Royal client. I mean, really. And I love the way that when you, Jafra, you talk to your kids, their dance teachers, you know what I mean? And the people, when you go to the hockey. So once again, there's people, when we go out, there are people. We just have to talk to them, really.
Oh yeah, like my gym is probably my biggest client because I have our dance studio is connected with our gym. So we're there, let's see, Monday through Saturday, because my girls are there every day. They student teach. They're very involved there. We work out. So I talk to not everybody, but mostly. And the people I work out with, there's a handful. And the dance studio, there's a handful. And other people around the gym. You know, I did a big table back in February. I got the front desk ladies that I've known for a long time. And I was like, you know, you need to just get on this Stay Royal program, and the Royal Jelly is the best skincare ever. So here's some samples, and I will follow up with you in a couple of days. That's literally how I talk to them.
How easy. How easy.
It's so easy.
So easy.
And I think it's hard when you, like a stranger always seems a bit easier than somebody you know, because sometimes they may be like, oh, they're going to ask me again. And I think if you just approach it in a non, like, I don't want to say threatening, but just, I don't know, very lighthearted, then it totally works, you know? And then I check in with them. I'm like, hey, how's everything going? And they're like, great. And one of the ladies had to have surgery on her shoulder. And I was like, so, you know, you can put some of that royal jelly on your scars and that's going to heal your scars. And she's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it's that good. Like, I just, you know, when you talk about it like that, then it's good. And then if your husband or significant other, somebody's involved, they will be like, oh, where's that royal jelly? Like my girls all know about the royal jelly. They're like, yep. My husband calls it the Windex, you know, from my big fat wedding. Yeah. So if you say something royal jelly, he'll be like, oh, you mean the Windex? And I'm like, yes, the Windex. And he'll even go into a whole spiel, and he is so not, he doesn't even put it on daily. I remind him daily, but he doesn't. So it's funny that he gets involved sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So, you know, I think when you have that around in your environment, it always helps, you know? So.
And if along with you, I'm going to challenge everybody to take up your goal, to find 1 person a week. And that gives you 50 new Stay Royal clients.
Yeah.
Which would generate over $5,000.
I know. I just think, gosh, that's $2,500, you know, give or take with tax and all that kind of stuff. But you're like, I could do so much with that money. Like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And if you wanted to even ramp it up, I mean, you could even double, triple, quadruple that income, which is pretty cool. I have a question. Do you, when you're meeting people, or if you're at a party or demonstration and and it's time to order, do you have them order on your website, or do you take the orders and then, you know, go to your website and put them all in and do that? How do you, I mean, just curious, because I know some people do both, but.
I've kind of done both. If I'm don't always have my computer or like even our iPad available to take with me. So if that's the case, then I just write down their order and then I'll do it later. And I'll even tell them, hey, I'm going to sign you up on my website.
Okay.
And I'm going to give
create the account. You would create their account and everything for them.
Yeah. And you know, they have to have a password, and I'll just be like, I'm going to give you a password. And I make it simple, like Jen Jaffra 18, because it's 2018, something simple. And always tell them you can change it at any time. And I hardly ever remember somebody's password. I mean, I write it down on their order form, but if they ask me later, I'd probably go, I don't know. I got to go find that. But they can change it. So for security reasons, if that's a concern.
Mm-hmm.
But so I usually try to do that.
Okay.
But if I have like a bulk amount of things I need to order, then I'll just do it through our Jaffra Biz and work out the details later for that person in that order to do it through my website. So yeah, it kind of depends on the circumstance. I think anytime I've done tables and my last few, obviously all the Stay Royals and my last few personals have all been through my website.
Okay.
So, and I just set it up right there and I'm like, oh, you're set. It's going to come in about 5 days. You're good.
And it saves you so much time because now you don't have to wait, get the order, bag it, and then go deliver it. And because by the time that happens, and I don't know if it ships any, I don't, maybe somebody can answer this, but do the website orders ship faster than our Jaffra Biz orders?
I don't know.
I know they're pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a priority on them. I'm not sure if that's actually the case or if it's just two different ways of ordering.
Right.
That could be a perk too if somebody needs or wants their order quicker.
Yeah.
I like the idea of doing the order and setting up the account for them, because then there's no glitches, there's no issues, there's no nothing. They don't have to worry about it. And like you said, they can always change the password but it's all set up for them. And that way, the next time they log in, it's simple and they don't have to go through all of that.
You know how many times I
mess it up.
I don't want to create an account. No, I'm not gonna. So true.
Yeah.
I know what I use too for their password is like their first name 123.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Jennifer 123, Lori 123, and then just so that I can remember if they ask me what their password is.
Right. Yeah. Simple, easy. And then I always make sure they have I send them an email or maybe a text message saying, hey, your account's set up. Here's your password. Remember, here's my website.
Perfect.
Obviously call me if you have an issue. And so then they always have that within their phone or email or something. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I always tell people to save Jaffra as a contact in their phone, or put it in the notes under my number, put my number, and then in the notes put Jaffra. So if they search for Jaffra, it'll pull me up, and that'll have all of their password and the website and everything in there as a contact.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited.
I just really talk about my website as much as possible because I'm busy. I mean, we all are busy. Some people still have to work a 9-to-5 job and they're doing Jaffra. So if you're doing that, then I would totally be promoting my website more so because your time is even shorter. So, I have, when summer's different, obviously, but when my kids are all in school, it's just me and Michael. So my time's a little easier and then I can bust some stuff out when he's napping, but there's days where that does not happen. So it's better that I just do it, have it go through my personal website.
And your website is also great, not just for ordering product, but for viewing a catalog or for looking at the opportunity. There's all different information on your website, not just, you don't have to use it just so people can go place an order. Because I've had people ask me questions and I'd say, okay, here's my website, go to blah, blah, blah. And that can give you some information on that too.
Yes. Yep.
Which is another thing too, which I love.
And if nobody has one, I hope everybody does, but I've gotten random orders, so, which is awesome. And even if it's a $20 order, it's still a new person. So, and some close to me, and again, some far, but they must have done a search within Colorado and was nearest consultant. And I, for whatever reason, was closest. So they ordered from my website, which I thought, oh, cool. And I emailed them and thank them and, offer them a get together if they would like. And, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's totally fine. I've just kind of realized that I don't take anything. I mean, it's hard to not take it personally, but there's so much going on that I'm like, okay, if they're not interested or they have a change of pace, it's totally fine. Just go do you, I'll do me, we're good. So and just stay true to like what your mission is for you. So
love it. You are an inspiration and a joy to listen to. You can be on the call every Sunday night, okay?
That's so nice. I was telling my husband, actually a really good friend of mine, I was like, I was asked to lead a warm up at a 5K today. I was asked to be a speaker. People obviously are seeing something in me that I'm not seeing in myself. So absolutely. It's very flattering, and I am like grateful that people have asked me, because sometimes I think we get down on ourselves like, oh, and your own perception isn't always the greatest, but so it was really flattering to be asked. So
you're definitely a light for us in Jaffa. It's great to know you as a Jaffa sister, and I feel like I know you personally because of Facebook and everything.
Right.
And her husband, and you're always on. So it's just
our quirky family.
Yeah, you're beautiful. It's beautiful and such a joy. You're such a pleasure, such a sweetness about your love, your spirit. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Do we want to open it for questions? Does anybody have any questions for Jennifer? You can either type them if you are on the phone or don't want to talk, but in the chat box, or you can actually ask her any questions. That's what she's here for. We don't have. Do we have anything, Lori?
We do not have anything in the chat. I can unmute people, but I don't know if they want to be unmuted. So you guys, if you're on a phone, if you're on a phone, you can tap your screen and click on the microphone to unmute yourself. If you're on a computer, you just click on the mute or unmute button to unmute yourself if you have a question. And we will play hold music until you do that. No.
Another thing too, like we were saying before, Lori, because everybody has a website now. Mm-hmm. And if you're signing up a new consultant, she will automatically, during the whole process, she'll be setting up her website as well too. But I think the key is to always go in and check to make sure your website is on.
Oh yeah.
We talked about that on a previous call, Lori. But I know that I've had some consultants say, my website's not working, and we've had to go in. And even though you've already done it once, it doesn't hurt just to go in and check every once in a while just to make sure. And you can edit anything too, that you want. Add your picture, edit your phone number, or how you want to be contacted as well too, even though it may already be set up a certain way when you sign up or when it's generated for you. If you're already a consultant, you can change that and edit it at any point. So, which is important too. So if you move or get married or change your phone number, you want to make sure it's all up to date so people can contact you.
Exactly. Well, I don't hear any grand questions coming in. So.
You did a great job. You just satisfied all of us.
Exactly.
I try. I mean,
you did a great job. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yep. And I love the way that we get to be in control of our income.
Yeah.
In a way, because I think sometimes as Jaffa consultants, money just kind of, we don't really know what our numbers are going to be at the end of the month. We're just hoping they're really good. We really have enough money to pay that bill. But you've taught us and shown us that we can be in control of that.
Yeah. That's something that's like a learned thing that I've had to learn about because it's just, I don't know. It's just something that I've learned that, I need to do that and be intentional with how I'm spending it, where it's going, how I'm saving it. That's something my husband's really taught me more so, even like through Jafra, just because he's had to be on his own since he was 16. So he understands the struggle and as our family has grown and times have changed, and it's important to be like, okay, have a budget in your home, and then, okay, well, what can Jafra pay for? Because before it used, like I said earlier, it used to be just for me to get out and meet some ladies and have some fun and, little relief from kids. And now it's more about a financial, so it's kind of important to be like, okay, well, Jafra can pay for X, Y, and Z, because I know, like for June, for instance, when I was doing my homework on how many Stay Royal clients I have coming up, it's like, okay, I think I'm going to have 5 or 6. I'm still working out those details, mid-June that will come through. Well, okay, well let's just say it's 6, that's $600, that's $300. Okay, that $300 is going to go to whatever. So,
Perfect.
yeah, and that's also why it's, even more important for me to like do the Stay Royal auto ship, because that's like, and guaranteed. Like
Right.
I know I'm going to have this many people. So you can just already start budgeting versus like, oh, I might have a party and I might do 400 or less or more. The Stay Royal is a guaranteed. That's $99 flat. That's it.
Right.
So it's kind of been like, I think that's why I have that focus, is that it's always a guarantee, and it's just so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's stable.
And you have the samples that you can give to people. So which is cool. You're not.
And I do both. I do the travel size, and I'll charge them, or sometimes I'll give it to them for free, or I'll do the little sachet samples. If I'm doing a table at the gym, I do the sachet samples. I put together. I just got like little, maybe 2x2 baggies, and I would put a sample in, and I would actually put a perfume sample in on the other side, so that they could see we have some fragrance.
Well, that's a good idea.
I made a big jar, like a nice glass jar of that. And so I would just hand out one, or if somebody was like, oh, do you have an eye cream? Oh, I do. Here we go. That's easy. Sometimes I'll do it with our capsules, but it's easy if we have the Royal Jelly eye sachet. So especially if it's somebody that I'm just meeting, I like to do those sachets. And then obviously I follow up. If I do the travel size, it's somebody that I've probably known a little bit longer, that I have maybe a more established relationship with, that, and then we sit down together. So I kind of go a little bit more in depth with them, because those add up, right? I mean, there's what, $6 each. So, but and then I always put information in. There's one gal, and I'm sure it's probably on the training. I think Lori, somebody had put a letter together, like a Stay Royal letter, spelling out the whole program and your choices and of, how many days and product. And she also offered a little discount in there for, like, if you do this on your next order, just a regular order, you're going to get 50% off an item. And then on your third order, you will get $10 off your item, as an incentive to maybe get them, oh, I can't do the eye cream now, but I could do it later, or, oh, I'd really like makeup, or whatever that is. So I try to have that letter handy anytime I'm handing out samples, because that sometimes in itself generates.
That sounds familiar, but I don't remember which one it is. Ariel and Council, maybe?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
And I'm trying to remember the lady's name that created it. And this has been a while ago. So if I don't have it on this laptop, I'll pull it up and then I'll share it with you and you can share it. And then always, of course, our phone number, our website, our, any other contact info that they need is always listed there. So, yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So for those of us on the call tonight, and for those of us who are not, that are going to be listening to it, great information, Jennifer. I want to thank you again. I am excited, and our website is there for us to utilize, and it's another resource for us to gather income that can really be quite beneficial to us. So I love it. I love it. I love you, and I love Jafra, and I love everybody.
I love you guys too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Very welcome. Excellent.
Great. Well, I'm going to end the recording for tonight, and we will see you guys next week, same time. And we will discuss more fun things.
Yes.
Fun ways to make money and do your business.
Absolutely.
So, wonderful. Have a wonderful evening, you guys. Thanks again, Jennifer.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.